The other piece of that is that digestion runs on combustion, heat. And so you need to have that heat. That's why drinking and eating doesn't work well. Okay. And especially if you drink something that's cold, you just shut your digestive system down. You know? And when you go into most restaurants in the United States, they're going to give you a glass of cold water and some bread. And so what's going to happen is that that's going to tear your digestive tract to hell. That's why you get full quick, and sometimes you feel bloated, and other times you start farting, or you have constipation, or in some cases, some people have it so that the moment that they eat like that, boom, they right off to the bathroom because the body's like, whoa, what the hell are you doing? But the piece of that is that when you really work to correct your digestive system, woo, you feel a whole lot better. And so drinking and eating, and especially cold water, reduces the enzymatic process, which now causes the body not to break the food down in the locations where it's supposed to break down. So you're talking about starch being broken down in the mouth, protein broken down in the stomach by protease. In the mouth, you have amylase, which breaks down the starch. Protease is in the stomach. Then in the small intestines is a real heavy cat. When you start talking about digestion, that's the heavy cat, because the small intestines has to do with the fact of breaking down the sugars, sucrose, okay, lipids, which are fats, and malt with maltase, toast, okay. And so when those chemicals break down, they break it down so that they can get the polyphenols, they can get the minerals, they can get the vitamins, they can get the antioxidants that the body needs to go through the system into the blood. When you're dealing with fats, they can deal with heavy fats. Matter of fact, summer is the best time to take in fatty acids, omega-3s. Okay. And omega-3s, I'll talk about that in another post, but omega-3s have to deal with the fact of getting rid of inflammation. Vitamin D is most crucial to get in during the summer. Why? Because the body uses it in the wintertime, and the body extracts it from your bones to go into your blood. Okay. So summer is a good time to do that, but you got to have your digestive tract has to be on point. So if you eat out a lot, then you definitely really need to take what I'm about to tell you. If you eat foods that you cook, you still need to deal with that, because of the fact that one of the questions that I would ask you to look at is the fact that, are you eating foods this way? Are you eating foods, one, in their proper combination? Two, are you eating the foods that are in season? See, because every season, the food, just like the factor of the elements of the body change. Because if you eat a fall food now, it may not be alkaline, it may be acid, and vice versa. So eating foods in their season works very, very well in regards to the factor that you are promoting health. So the gut, which is the small intestines, has to maintain a balance